Stop. Whatever you were doing, you need to hear this, because what just happened with Chrisean Rock has the internet on fire. We're talking flashing red lights, police sirens, and a scene so disturbing, so out of control, it left even her most loyal fans shaken to their core. Last night, around 2:47 a.m., in a completely remote, low-end motel outside of Sacramento, something unthinkable happened. Chrisean Rock was discovered alone in a state no one could have predicted. And what officers found inside that room has led to an immediate investigation. Sources say authorities are scrambling behind the scenes. An anonymous insider leaked chilling footage that hasn't been released publicly yet. And trust us, once you hear what was in that room, you won't look at Chrissy the same way ever again. Was this a cry for help? A calculated move? Or something far more sinister? Stay right where you are, because the truth behind what really happened in that motel will leave you speechless. And it's only the beginning. To understand how we got here, we need to rewind, because Chrisean Rock's life has been a roller coaster of high-stakes drama, heartbreak, and public chaos. And all signs were pointing towards something explosive. From the moment she burst onto the scene with Blueface, their toxic relationship dominated headlines. Public fights, bloody altercations, mugshots, tear-filled Instagram lives. Her fans didn't know whether to root for her or beg her to walk away. At first, Chrisean was seen as the wild card, the fighter, the girl who never backed down. But behind the bravado, many insiders whispered about something darker: emotional instability, mental health red flags, and moments behind closed doors that were allegedly so intense, even Blueface's inner circle wanted out. Then came the baby. Chrisean's pregnancy was announced amidst yet another wave of social media chaos. Accusations, denials, screenshots, even Maury Povich memes. The internet exploded, and once again, Chrisean was front and center. But her posts grew more erratic. Her stories disappeared. Close friends stopped showing up in her circle. And then, silence. Weeks went by. No new music. No club appearances. No live streams. Fans grew worried. Was she okay? Had she finally stepped away from the spotlight to focus on healing? Turns out she hadn't. Because she wasn't just off the radar. She had vanished. And no one, not even her closest friends or her own family, knew where she was. Until now. And what happened next? No one could have predicted. The first signs that something was wrong came from a leaked dispatch call. We've got a 10 to 56. Female, mid-20s. Not responding. Found in room 106 of the Meadow Pines Motel. That motel has a reputation: cheap, isolated, and crawling with drug activity. The kind of place people check into when they don't want to be found. When authorities entered, they found Chrisean Rock lying face down on the mattress. Conscious, but barely. Reports say the room was in total disarray. Broken glass, smeared makeup on the mirror, and a handwritten note scrawled across the wall in red lipstick. He lied. They all lied. An officer on the scene said, "I've walked in on a lot of messes, but nothing like this." Paramedics were called immediately, but Chrisean resisted, reportedly screaming, "Don't take me. I know what they saw first." As she was escorted out, stunned motel guests began filming. Within minutes, videos hit TikTok. In one clip, Chrisean is seen clutching her chest, shouting about betrayal, claiming the industry had set her up. But the real twist came just hours later, when an anonymous Reddit user, claiming to be a motel worker, dropped a photo that sent shockwaves across the internet. It was a strange object found under the bed. A burner phone, cracked screen, battery taped on. When powered up, it held just one contact. Jay. Who is Jay? A jealous ex? A record label mole? A dangerous handler? Even more chilling, the last outgoing message read, "It's done. She has no idea." Suddenly, this wasn't just about Chrisean losing control. This was a setup, and someone had been watching her every move. As the internet scrambled to piece together the puzzle, things got even darker. A fake Twitter account, now suspended, claimed to leak a police body cam screenshot. In the image, officers appear to be pointing at something tucked behind a motel vent. A hidden camera. The caption read, "They watched her break down like it was a show, and someone paid big to keep it quiet." The post racked up over 800,000 views before it disappeared. Meanwhile, the hashtag #PrayForChrisean began trending. Celebrities started to weigh in. Cardi B tweeted, "This industry eats women alive. Protect Chrisean at all costs." Summer Walker posted a cryptic Instagram story. "Don't believe what they're feeding you. We know what they did to her." Even Blueface, who had stayed unusually quiet, finally spoke. "Y'all believe anything." She always had a flair for the dramatic. Cue the backlash. Fans slammed him for gaslighting and deflecting. One viral TikTok stated, "He's the one who drove her to this. Why does he always pop up when she breaks down?" But then the biggest shock of all. Someone hacked into Chrisean's Snapchat. A story was posted. It lasted only 23 seconds before deletion. In it, Chrisean paces the motel room, visibly distressed, whispering, "They said they'd ruin me. Said they'd leak it. I thought he loved me. Thought he loved me." What were they threatening to leak? What exactly was she afraid of? And more importantly, who was she talking about? Theories exploded. A secret pregnancy? An unreleased diss track aimed at a powerful exec? A lawsuit that could bankrupt her? One thing became crystal clear. Chrisean wasn't just spiraling. She was being hunted. The world responded with chaos. YouTube channels launched non-stop live streams. TikTok investigators built elaborate string theory maps and color-coded timelines. One user posted, "If anything happens to her, we know who to blame." Others weren't as sympathetic. "She's doing all this for attention." But that only fueled the fire. The divide deepened further when leaked DMs surfaced between a former stylist and a mystery label assistant. "We warned her to lay low. She didn't listen. She went to meet him anyway." Fans matched timestamps and GPS metadata and claimed him referred to a disgraced ex-rapper turned executive with a long history of manipulation and coercion. Even media outlets jumped into the storm. TMZ ran the headline, "Chrisean Rock, Breakdown or Setup? LAPD investigating insider tampering." Rolling Stone posted a searing op-ed, "The industry's obsession with destroying women who don't obey, don't conform." One thing became painfully obvious. Something very real was happening. And it was far bigger than just Chrisean. This wasn't just a breakdown. It was a symptom of a sicker machine. And just when things couldn't get more surreal, the final blow landed. An unverified, but highly credible, Twitter journalist posted a single, chilling sentence. Chrisean wasn't supposed to be found. Attached to the tweet was grainy surveillance footage showing a shadowy figure leaving the motel 2 hours before police arrived. Hoodie, gloves, carrying what looked like a hard drive. Facial recognition couldn't identify them. And here's the worst part. They didn't break in. They used a motel key card, which means someone gave them access. Someone let them in. A source close to the investigation confirmed, "We're now treating this as a potential criminal operation involving digital surveillance, coercion, and exploitation." The case was officially upgraded to high priority. But what came next shook the internet to its core. A voice note, allegedly recovered from Chrisean's missing phone, was anonymously sent to multiple blogs. In it, her voice is soft, strained, afraid. "If you're hearing this, something happened, and it wasn't an accident. Trust no one, not even him." And then, silence. No one knows where Chrisean is now. She hasn't posted. She hasn't been seen. The motel room is sealed off, wrapped in crime scene tape. But something tells us this is far from over. So, what do you think really happened that night? Was Chrisean set up by someone on the inside? Is the music industry hiding secrets darker than we ever imagined? Or is there a bigger story still coming? Drop your theories in the comments. We're reading every single one. Smash that like button if you want to see justice for Chrisean. Subscribe so you don't miss the next update. Because the next piece of this puzzle, it might be closer than we think. And don't forget to turn on notifications, because when the truth comes out, and trust us, it will, you'll want to be the first to know. Stay alert, stay questioning, and stay ready. This story is only just beginning. Stop whatever you're doing, because what just happened to Chrisean Rock is beyond disturbing, and it may change how you see the entire entertainment industry forever. We're talking about police action, surveillance footage, a cryptic voice note, and a young woman whose life has been unraveling in front of millions, until someone tried to erase her entirely. This isn't just tabloid drama. This is dangerous. And now, finally, the police are taking action. It all started around 2:47 a.m. when a 911 dispatcher near Sacramento received a frantic call from a staff worker at the Meadow Pines Motel, a remote, cheap roadside and usually known for drug activity and people who don't want to be found. The staffer's voice was shaky and breathless. "There's a woman here," they said. "She's not responding. There's broken glass everywhere. You need to send someone now." When officers arrived, they weren't prepared for what they walked into. Inside room 106, they found a scene straight out of a psychological horror film. Torn clothing scattered on the floor, glass shattered across the carpet, makeup smeared violently on the walls, and a woman lying face down on a sunken mattress. That woman was none other than Chrisean Rock. Yes, that Chrisean Rock, the social media sensation, reality star, and notorious partner of rapper Blueface. For years, fans had watched her spiral online, but this was different. One officer on the scene told local media, "I've seen overdoses, domestic abuse cases, even cartel-related crime. But this felt staged. Like someone wanted us to find this exact scene." EMTs were called in immediately, but Chrisean, barely conscious, resisted. Witnesses say she began screaming through the pain. "Don't take me. I know what they saw first." A chilling phrase, and no one could figure out what she meant. Was she talking about footage, evidence, or someone watching her? Word of the incident spread like wildfire, and within minutes, shaky phone videos taken by other motel guests hit TikTok and X. One viral clip shows Chrisean clutching her chest while being stretchered out, shouting fragments about betrayal and claiming she had been set up by the industry. Theories exploded instantly. Who set her up? Was this connected to her ongoing battles with Blueface? Or was it something more sinister? Then came the Reddit leak. An anonymous user, who claimed to be a motel employee, dropped a low-resolution photo that made everyone pause. The image was allegedly taken from under the bed in room 106. It showed a burner phone. The screen was cracked. The battery was duct-taped on. It had no social media apps, no saved photos, only a single contact. Jay. The phone's last message, sent just hours before the police arrived, read, "It's done." She has no idea. Who was Jay? A jealous ex? A label enforcer? Or worse, someone paid to keep her quiet? The internet lost its mind trying to figure it out. And then things escalated. A now-suspended Twitter account leaked grainy CCTV footage allegedly pulled from the motel's hallway camera. The clip shows a figure, hooded, gloved, and carrying what looks like a hard drive, leaving room 106 exactly 2 hours before officers showed up. The most disturbing part? They didn't break in. They used a motel key card. That means they had access. Someone let them in. Now, what was originally assumed to be a personal breakdown had officially been upgraded by authorities to a criminal investigation. A source close to the investigation told TMZ, "We're now treating this as a potential case of digital surveillance, psychological coercion, and possible exploitation." Still, the case was shrouded in mystery, and Chrisean hadn't spoken out until a voice from the shadows emerged. An audio clip was sent anonymously to multiple gossip blogs. It was reportedly pulled from Chrisean's missing phone. In the recording, her voice sounds weak, scared, barely holding it together. "If you're hearing this," she says, "something happened. And it wasn't an accident. Trust no one. Not even him." And then, silence. No one knows who she was referring to. Blueface? A label exec? A secret partner? Or someone we haven't even heard of yet? At this point, the internet went into total meltdown. The hashtag #PrayForChrisean trended globally within hours. Celebrities started chiming in. Cardi B tweeted, "This industry is wicked. Protect Chrisean at all costs." Summer Walker posted a cryptic Instagram story that read, "Don't believe what they're feeding you. We know what they did to her." Even Blueface, who had remained unusually silent throughout, finally broke character and tweeted, "Y'all believe anything." She always had a flair for the dramatic. But his dismissive tone didn't sit well with fans. One viral response said, "You're the one who pushed her over the edge. Why do you only show up when she's on the floor bleeding?" Then came the final, most chilling clue. Someone hacked into Chrisean's Snapchat account and uploaded a single story, only 23 seconds long. It was quickly deleted, but not before viewers screen recorded it. The clip showed Chrisean pacing the motel room, visibly distressed, whispering, "They said they'd ruin me. Said they'd leak it. I thought he loved me, thought he loved me." And then the video cuts out. What did they threaten to leak? A scandal? A contract? A pregnancy? An unreleased track? Or something far, far worse?